Welcome to Channel 8 News. We have an update on construction around the KSU campus and around Manhattan.
And an inside look at the upcoming Student Governing Association elections. But
for now, let's go outside to Andrew Shores, who has a sneak peek at this week's weather. Andrew, how's it looking out there?
The skies have cleared, the wind has calmed down, and it is a fantastic...
This is Channel 8 News, KKSU LP. From Manhattan and Riley County. From Kansas State University, this is Channel 8 News.
Welcome to Channel 8 News. I'm Michaela Gentine.
And I'm Clarissa Weirs. The Kansas legislature has passed a bill aimed at underage drinkers. They could be protected from criminal charges when calling for medical help. Senate Bill 133 passed the Kansas House with a vote of 92 to 27, and it's on its way to the governor for approval. The bill grants immunity from prosecution to drinkers underage when they call for medical assistance. The caller needs to remain on the scene and cooperate with law enforcement for immunity to be granted. Advocates hope the law will prevent an accident or hasten the response to one, but opponents see it as a way for underage drinkers to skirt the law. Officer Matthew Droege of the Riley County Police Department says the bill pertains to the safety of the entire community.
Illegal. Really what it is the need to take better care of people. If you are with someone who is in medical distress, your first thought should not be, am I going to get a ticket or not? Now, whether this law goes into effect or not, the concept doesn't change. Taking care of people is really what's important.
Some kids in Manhattan will get the chance to hang out with some real-life superheroes. Channel 8's Mitch May has the story.
I really like the activities, and they make it fair for everyone. I like coming to the Boys and Girls Club because I get to get my energy out.
The Boys and Girls Club of Manhattan needs mentors.
So when Captain Kyle from the Riley County Police Department joined our board and wanted to start a partnership with his patrol officers, then I was like, yes, of course, I think that's an opportunity.
An opportunity to team up cops with kids to provide positive mentors and reduce crime.
We try to do three things here: set kids up for academic success, healthy lifestyles, good character, and citizenship. So no matter what kids we're working with, we're trying to set them up for success.
The Riley County Police Department's officers look to get involved in hands-on activities with the kids here, including painting, goofing around in the gym, and most importantly, giving the kids a positive image of the police force. Captain Josh Kyle looks to head the operation.
Police departments tend to create programs to try to solve problems. So why do that when there's already successful programs in the community to begin with? They have a great reputation in the local community. They have a large national network that supports them, and they've been in the local community for a number of years.
The Boys and Girls Club Manhattan and Riley County Police Department have already had meetings for how and when officers can get involved with these mentoring opportunities. They hope to get the program off the ground later this month. From Channel 8 News, I'm Mitch May.
Research has shown mentoring programs similar to this one are effective in helping kids stay in school and away from crime.
Coming up after the break, our own woman on the street, Mackenzie Dynas, has a student's perspective of navigating through the construction on campus.
And also more roadblocks around Manhattan. Keep it here on Channel 8 News.
Wired Magazine calls him the explainer. His students call him amazing. Over 20 million YouTube views show that Associate Anthropology Professor Michael Wesch is transforming higher education. Translated to more than 20 languages and counting, Professor Wesch's teachings still share one common voice: passion. And whether you're learning live or online, that passion is contagious. And that passion is one of the leading reasons Kansas State University is first among U.S. public research universities in producing U.S. Case Carnegie Professors of the Year. Where there's a wildcat, there's a way. It was a routine grain elevator inspection until the explosions began. until a blast tossed him more than 300 feet. Then it became the event that changed Kevin Saunders forever. The body of this K-State alum was broken, but his spirit, well, that spirit not only survived, it thrived. Against all odds, Saunders transformed himself into the world's greatest wheelchair athlete, one of America's premier motivational speakers, and the first Paralympian appointed to the President's Council on Physical Fitness, Sport, and Nutrition. Where there's a Wildcat, there's a way.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. Construction cones and work sites are popping up across Manhattan. This week, City Park begins construction on their City University-funded North Parking Lot project. The purpose of this City University Fund Committee is to review projects that benefit both K-State and the city of Manhattan. The project will add sidewalks, 62 parking spaces, and improvements to storm drains. The construction affects parking in the north parking areas of City Park. During construction, North Park will become a one-way road and may need to be closed during some of the construction. Until completion in June 2016, City Park encourages visitors to use caution and park south of Miller Field in the Baker Field lot.
City Park is just one of the many places getting a facelift around town. The KSU campus is changing rapidly, and so are the routes to get to campus. On my way over to the studio today, I had to take a whole new route. I'm starting to get extra steps in because of this new construction.
I'm definitely getting in some extra exercise as well. I'm looking forward to what K-State will look like after this semester. Channel 8's Mackenzie Dynas walked in some of the students' shoes during this time of construction.
You can't go over it, you can't go through it, and you can't go under. More residents have had to adjust their schedules because they can no longer take the shortcut through the Bessie West parking lot due to the recent construction. You can't get to where you're going very quickly, and if you're running late for class, it's even more of a hassle.
The 2025 construction plan continues to bring this K-State family even closer with the limited space between all of the hustle and bustle of classes.
Students now have to take a new route due to the recent construction by Seton Hall. As you can tell, sidewalks are closed, and sorry about that, and the corners are even tighter.
It's not too bad. It gets in the way sometimes, but other than that, it's really not that big of a deal.
It won't really affect me, so I'll just adjust to them.
Good. Yeah, I like adaptability. Okay.
The Union was a place where students would gather for studying, socializing, and dining. Now it's a construction zone. So we put on our hard hats to get the inside scoop of the Union construction plans.
We are standing in the location of the Student Design Center and Union Marketing Office. This is going to be the home to Wildcat 91.9, the student radio station. This is the new Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life's location. They're currently located on the second floor of the Union and will be moving into this location in April with the rest of the student organization areas.
Be on the lookout for danger, do not enter signs because K-State's construction is not going anywhere anytime soon. This is Mackenzie Dynas, Channel 8 News.
The campus construction will definitely stick around a while. Make sure you plan ahead and work your way to class and work.
Channel 8 will continue to keep you informed. Tune in right here to get the latest updates around the Manhattan area or check our Facebook page.
The College of Arts and Sciences at Kansas State University welcomes a new interim dean. Theoretical physicist Dr. Amit Chakrabarty is now in charge of KSU's largest college, the College of Arts and Sciences, comprised of 22 departments. Chakrabarty has served for 6 years as the physics department head. He replaces Peter Dorhout, who now serves as the interim vice president of research. Chakrabarty plans to create a more collaborative projects between disciplines.
Faculty, students, staff members, they put their trust on me, and I'm feeling the responsibility. I want to do well. I want to help them all.
Coming up, there's a shortage of students running for student government president.
We find out why after a short break. Stay with us.
A Wildcat legacy from generation to generation.
Where my grandfather went to school.
Where my mother went to school.
It's a legacy scholarship program started by the K-State Alumni Association, specifically for the children and grandchildren of K-State alumni. When you buy a K-State license plate, you fund legacy scholarships.
Show your purple pride and be a part of the Wildcat legacy.
Kansas State University's PowerCat Financial Counseling presents SALT, a game-changing financial tool. It's simple, useful, and best of all, free for K-State students and alumni. SALT provides personal money coaches, help with student loans, and a wide range of career opportunities. Go online to kstate.edu/SALT and see what SALT is all about. Get money smart today.
K-State Student Radio brings every game to K-State fans on the Wildcat 91.9.
Line's going to take a pitch out to the right. Hubert dices his way up and into the end zone for the Wildcat touchdown. Takes the snap. He's going to roll out. He's going to throw deep over the middle of the field for Tyler Lockett. Catches it. 15-10, 5, touchdown, Kansas State.
For all of your K-State sports coverage, tune into the Wildcat 91.9.
Welcome back. You're watching Channel 8 News. Student government elections are coming up soon at Kansas State University. This week, Channel 8's Nicholas Patterson visited with student leaders about their role on campus and how to get students voting.
All eyes in the nation are focused on the 2016 presidential primaries, but K-State's Student Government Association hopes to capture the attention of student voters on campus. The number of candidates is staggeringly low compared to 10 years ago when 8 campaigns filed for election. This year, only 2 campaigns filed. The Elections Commissioner, Logan Britton, says the low candidate turnout reflects the low voter turnout.
SGA isn't sexy to some people. I think the students need to be more aware of what SGA is, then they might be more interested.
It's not just the unsexy nature of campus politics. Britton says the fear of failure may keep some students from getting involved in SGA.
So I think that students definitely have the capability of serving as student body president. I think it's the competitive nature of student government that kind of narrows down the candidate pool.
As the candidate pool shrinks, the voter turnout narrows. Over 4,000 students voted in the 2006 elections, compared to just 377 last year. Jessica Van Rankin says students need to realize the impact their vote can have on the university.
Candidates can try and do a better job within SGA of really providing those messages that your vote matters and that your vote does make an impact on the student body, and who you vote for really can make a difference at K-State.
Primary elections are February 23rd and 24th. For more information on SGA and the upcoming elections, Channel 8's Nicholas Patterson is in the studio with SGA Senator Kevin Klein.
Thanks, Clarissa. And I'm Nicholas Patterson, and like she said, I am here with Kevin Klein, student senator over at SGA. Kevin, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Nick. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. It's a lovely day. Can't complain. Yeah. Anyways, I kind of just wanted to begin talking about what your role in for SGA is.
Certainly, yeah. So I'm the University Allocations Committee Chair. I serve as Treasurer as well for Student Governing Association. As the University Allocations Committee Chair, I get to lead a committee that hears requests from organizations to have on-campus events or travel events where they request money from SGA through the student activity fee. That's my main role that I serve.
Okay. What we were kind of hitting hard in our package and what Logan Britton was saying was that there has been a decline in the candidates running campaigns for student body president and vice president. Mm-hmm. And he thinks that that kind of reflects on the low voter turnout as well. Can you kind of go into what SGA is doing in order to boost voter candidate participation as well as voter turnout?
Yes, absolutely. So our Student Engagement Committee has been really hard at work this past semester and late in the fall semester to encourage voter turnout, to educate people about the process as a whole. And there's also been a few special committees that have recently been formed to look at how the voting process works for senator positions as well as for the candidacy of student body president and vice president. We're going to look at possibly reshaping the leadership roles and how that whole process goes about.
And do you know what they've kind of come up with? I've learned of one thing was that they're going to put out voting booths in Bosco Plaza.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But because student government is very important here to Kansas State. You guys do a lot. Can you hit more on what it is you do and why your guys' role is so important to the student body and therefore why they should be voting in these elections?
Absolutely. So the Student Governing Association works a lot with your privilege fee dollars, which goes to entities like the Lafine Health Center, the REC, the Student Union, which is going under a renovation. And that renovation was actually led by students in Student Governing Association. So big things are happening all across campus, and it happens a lot due to the senators involved with SGA.
Well, it sure is. There's a lot going on, and if you'd like to get involved, you can go and contact Kevin Klein, or you can go talk to any SGA member. Kevin, thank you very much for talking with us. We're going to throw it back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Nick.
And now weatherman Andrew Shores is here in the studio. Andrew, the weather has been pretty nice recently. Can you look forward to more great weather throughout the week?
We sure can, Clarissa. But before we take a look at what's happening right here in Manhattan, let's take a look around the country. Seattle, 49 degrees today, just a little bit chilly. In San Francisco, 60 degrees. Moving on over to the East Coast, we see Kansas City at 41 here in the Midwest. But farther east, Pittsburgh, 49, Atlanta, 59, and down in Houston, it's 65 degrees. Moving on into your national map, up in the Pacific Northwest, they've had a lot of rain recently, but who expects that? Over onto the East Coast, awfully cloudy and a little bit rainy in New York City. Taking a look at Kansas right now, 62 degrees in Garden City, Hayes, 57. Of course, Kansas City, 47 degrees today and 53 right here in Manhattan. Taking a look at your 5-day forecast, it's going to be a beautiful week this week. 61 degrees on Wednesday, 77 on Thursday, 69 throughout the weekend. We'll now send it back to the desk.
Coming up, K-State B-Ball highlights.
And a K-State student competing in the Miss USA pageant right here on Channel 8 News.
Take a pitch out to the right. Hubert dices his way up and into the end zone for the Wildcat touchdown. Takes the snap. He's going to roll out. He's going to throw deep over the middle of the field for Tyler Lockett. Catches it. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Kansas State.
For all of your K-State sports coverage, tune into the Wildcat 91.9.
What makes undergraduates stay in school, thrive, and graduate? K-State professor Greg Eislein knows. Classes that create a learning community. Professors who stir curiosity. Involve students in their own education. Motivate them to look at things in new and surprising ways. That's why he's Carnegie Case Kansas Professor of the Year. That's the Wildcat way.
Powerful ideas are sparked by a natural curiosity. It could begin with a single seed or a brilliant ray of light. At Kansas State University, it begins with research that advances the world, where science and creativity meet. At Kansas State University, powerful ideas begin with you.
Channel 8 News anchor Jace Mills is here to tell us about the K-State basketball teams.
Thanks, Clarissa. Coming off a loss at the Bramlage against the Baylor Bears, the Wildcats they ventured off to Stillwater, Oklahoma on Saturday to take on the Cowboys at Oklahoma State. Midway through the first half, DJ Johnson with the ball, who gives it off to Wesley Awandu, who steps up for a three-pointer. K-State down 7. Closing moments of the first half, it's Leighton Hammonds with the trifecta as the Cowboys go into halftime up 5. 9 minutes left in the game. It's Dean Wade who hits a 3. Wildcats take a 4-point lead, 39-35. Game tied at 52. With under 10 seconds to go, Barry Brown dives into the lane, misses the shot. Ball is hit out of midcourt as OSU's Jeff Newberry grabs and shoots the ball, but the clock runs out and the basket is no good. And the Wildcats and Cowboys are headed for overtime. In overtime, K-State down 4, but Justin Edwards cuts the deficit 2 after this layup. Last chance for the Wildcats to force another overtime. 2 missed threes by Edwards, then a rebound and a miss by Stephen Hurt, and K-State falls 58-55 to Oklahoma State. Wildcats will take on TCU tonight at 8 p.m. in Fort Worth. K-State and Kansas faced off in the Sunflower Showdown on Saturday here in Manhattan. In the second quarter, Megan Dynas hits a 3. K-State leads by 10, 26-16. Bree Lewis makes this layup as the Wildcats lead by 13 at halftime. How about this layup? And Wildcats take an 18-point lead in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, Kindred Wiesman makes this 3. Wildcats win 81-67 and sweep Kansas this season. Head coach Jeff Mittie said the rivalry games are always a little crazy.
Both teams were pretty amped up early. I thought both teams had a lot of energy early. It just seemed like we had kind of trouble getting our group to play with poise at times. When we did, we played successful. When we got too sped up, we didn't play so well.
Wildcat women are hoping for redemption as they travel to Austin, Texas to take on the Longhorns. Texas is currently ranked 6th in the nation and defeated the Wildcats 66-51 last month. Hey, and if you're looking for something to do this weekend, there is plenty of Wildcat sports action in the Little Apple. Both men and women's basketball teams will be back in Bramlage this week as the men host number 2 Kansas and women's team hosts Texas Tech on Saturday. You can catch the women's tennis team at the Mike Goss Tennis Stadium as they host Drake University on Sunday at 11 a.m. And the baseball team will open up their season this weekend in California as they take on UC Riverside. That's it for sports. Let's go back to the anchor desk.
Coming up next, Channel 8 News gets up close and personal with K-State's Miss South Dakota. Clarissa, have you ever thought about competing in the Miss USA pageant?
You know, actually, I've never thought about competing, but I do have a close friend who was Miss Teen Nebraska, and she did compete this past month. But let's hear about more Miss South Dakota when we come back. Keep it here.
Around here, school pride isn't just some slogan on a t-shirt. It's the spirit that comes from understanding we are stronger when we're together. That's the essence of K-State Proud, a nationally recognized student-led fundraising campaign. In just 6 years, K-State Proud has helped raise more than $500,000 to help students who need it most and appreciate it best. Think of it as Philanthropy 101. K-State Proud. It's just one more way the Kansas State family treats one another, well, like family. Where there's a Wildcat, there's a way. Class, study. Class, eat. Play, play, play. Study. Class, chill. Class, eat, study, play, study. Sometimes it seems there just aren't enough hours in the day at our 3 campuses, so you have to make every minute count, especially those precious first few. That's why Kansas State alum Herbert Diamond invented the snooze alarm, a dorm room fixture. Because even when you can't wait to get started, sometimes it's nice to wait to get started. Where there's a Wildcat, there's a way.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. He's a distinguished professor of agronomy and co-winner of the 2007 Nobel Peace Prize for his work in the United Nations panel on climate change. Dr. Charles Rice is also a professor of soil microbiology at K-State. He is internationally renowned for his research in the role of climate change in agriculture and soil microbiology. Now he's the first recipient of the Mary L. Vanier Award for innovative faculty members. Rice says the endowment funds will enhance his research, help with travel equipment needs, and support the students in his program.
To be or not to be? That was the question on everyone's mind as Shakespeare's first folio arrived at the Beach Museum of Art 2 weekends ago. The exhibit highlights one of William Shakespeare's first copies of his works, printed in 1623, including 36 of his famous comedies, histories, and tragedies.
This is a very historic moment to have the Shakespeare's First Folio here. Only one state each could have a copy, and K-State was lucky enough to actually be given this opportunity to have it here at the Beach Museum.
Now we're going to take you inside our newsroom, where reporter Raven White is joined by fellow K-Stater Miss South Dakota. Madison McEwen will be representing her home state in the Miss USA pageant.
Thanks, Michaela. Madison is currently a K-State student. However, she will be competing in the upcoming Miss USA pageant in September. Hey, Madison, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
So I see that not only do you go to K-State, but you are also a fashion merchandise major. What made you want to study that, and why come to K-State?
I really have always had a love for fashion and everything about it, and there's just so much you can do in the industry, and you can be behind the scenes, you can be in front of in front of the cameras, and so fashion merchandising really just stuck out to me. And K-State, I really wanted to go away from my home state and get that new college experience and meet new people, and so growing up originally in Nebraska, I felt like I knew a lot of people, and K-State was just kind of the next step down the Midwest. So, yeah.
Do you ever experience any challenges from balancing online classes while preparing for your competition?
I do. It's really hard to keep it all balanced and to stay studying on top of all my assignments and really just unplugging from what's going on with getting ready for Miss USA and really just like staying on top of school. But it's also nice in the same way because I can travel and do school. So it really gives me that chance to go out there and travel to New York like I just did. I just got back yesterday and really have all those experiences because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
All right. Well, thank you for your time that you have spent with us, and back to you all in the studio.
Here at Channel 8 News, we are always trying to make improvements to provide you with a better quality broadcast. Later this week, KKSU will be changing from an analog to a digital signal.
This update will also provide a larger broadcast footprint, allowing our broadcast signal to read from Pottawatomie County to Fort Riley. Thank you for your continued support of Channel 8 programming.
Thanks, Raven. Tune in to MHK all day tomorrow for more local news from Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills.
Check back here next Tuesday when some K-State students speak up about rental inspections here in Manhattan.
We'll see you next week on Channel 8 News, but are you excited for the weather this week?
Oh yeah, I heard it's going to be like 70 degrees, so I plan on maybe wearing some shorts, getting some suntan.
I'm definitely thinking about taking my dogs out to the lake this weekend. They've been dying to get some time outside.
I definitely think they would like the lake.
All right, thank you very much. We'll see you next week.